Finish him off! Finish him off!
He's calling for it!
This is it! This is it! Your career's on the line here! Do it! Do it! His place will be ripped when he picks him up.
He's got him up! Oh, hell yeah! 1, 2, 3!
Thank you! Thank you! We've got a new heavyweight champion!
Climb the ladder, kid! Make yourself famous! I just had an out-of-body experience! What did we just see? What did we just see? He got him a power slam! He got him in a power slam! He got it! Simmons got it! Simmons has won the match! Simmons is a champion!
I've always maintained that reality is for people who can't face drugs.
Shit is about to get real.
You get to see eat. Shit.
Look at the stare of the champion against the challenger. What?
And now, Straight Talk Society presents Wrestling with Reality.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's going to be the biggest battleground in the history of our sport. The biggest match in pro wrestling history. The two biggest superstars in our sport in the biggest event the sport has ever seen. The biggest match in the history of our sport. Trying to run a little scalded dog here. Enough is enough. That's enough. No! Oh, God, that's enough! Stop it! Fail! Listen, marriage is tougher than a $2 steak. Who is your daddy? Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Slam! Toe slam! Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Lucifer's lips are the biggest size in the WWE! Somebody stop this! Somebody stop the damn man! Enough's enough! What? The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
Cena's got it real! Woo!
WWE Dynamite.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time. Let's rock.
I can't do it. We'll do it live.
So to escape from reality?
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
I am reality.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Oh, it's live, pal.
Let the shredder begin! It is now time for
With reality.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Junior, look at this.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
number one to be the man, baby! You have to beat the man! Heavyweight champion of the world. The time is now. Reality has become the present, and the final lesson of the pain game has begun. Have you ever heard a joke like that in your life? You are gonna wrestle my ass for the world title. You will have to kill me to keep me from killing you. Woo!
The 90s have been referred to as the reckoning with truth. In the 80s, everything was clouded. Nobody ever told the truth. In the 90s, the way to go is flat out. Tell no lies. That's the way we're gonna do it. When you hear something from our lips, truth it may be, and as much as it may hurt, you can count on it being exactly the way that it is.
We want the gold, sucker! Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga!
What is up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and we are back with another episode of Wrestling with Reality as I wait for my co-hosts. Hopefully everybody had a good productive day today. I'm literally just sitting down, which is going to be cause for an announcement that I had to make later. But we'll get to that when it comes. I'm just, like I say, I'm just waiting for Venkat and MD. I did tell them that I was going to be on time, so hopefully they're just running a little bit late. And we also have a special guest today live from Canada. Someone who actually was at the Elimination Chamber event. Ruben is going to stop by today. I do see MD just joined the panel, so now we're just waiting on producer extraordinaire Venkat. What's up, MD?
Peace, what's going on? What's happening?
I'm worn out, man.
Hey, you ain't the only one, man.
I'm worn out. I'm shot. I'm shot. I'm completely worn out. Hey, speaking of Canada, you probably be a good person to talk to. So one of our biggest customers is based out of Canada. So it's a United States company, but they have like a satellite branch in Canada that buys a lot of parts from us. And they've been overdoing it lately. Like, I mean, tripling it up and doubling up. You think that's because they're trying to tell us like, hey, we're going to stock up and then kick rocks?
I mean, it's a possibility. And, it don't sound far-fetched. It's a lot of uncertainty right now as far as like what's going to be what in the future. So, I mean, that's the smart decision to make. Just to get what you need, you know what I mean, and hunker down.
But like I said, they are based out of Chicago. So, but
it's an American company.
Yeah. It's an American company, but they just have a branch in Canada. But the Canada branch, so I'm just throw this. So say we do $5 million a year in business with the U.S. company, then we may do maybe 800 with the Canada company. Still nothing to scoff at, but nothing to the level of what we're doing with the U.S. branch.
Okay, I mean, like I said again, it may be a situation where they trying to get as much productivity from y'all to sell as possible, because eventually it's going to be a price hike, despite whether it's an American company or a foreign company. So maybe the name of the game right now is to get as much profit as possible, because they know when the price hikes come, demand might go down because of the price. So, like I said, man, it's a lot of factors going into this. It's a lot of uncertainty.
Shout out to Bones in the building, and we also so I try not to give away too much because they always watching the ops. So a lot of parts that they buy from us is like for electrical grids. So considering the power that the US gets from Canada, I mean it would make sense. Like we make parts that, so like the breakers in the actual power lines that are out on the roads. If anything was to happen, you have those safety switches that breaks that. So we produce a lot of that. We've also been rebuilding basically the entire power grid in Puerto Rico. That's why we've been so busy. I mean, it's crazy.
Man.
It's crazy. Puerto Rico literally just sent me a message yesterday and say, "Hey, I need you to put 2 parts on the airplane. I don't care what the cost is." I'm like, "All right."
Gotcha. Yeah, man. Like I said, it's a lot of uncertainty going on in a lot of different industries, man. Me being a trucker and me being a flatbedder, we got a contract with a lot of lumber distributors, man, and they saying that they might do pretty much the same thing that you just described. Like they gonna try to hike it up and see how it flows. Lumber is kind of a different story, because a lot of that comes from either the South where it's being produced or Canada. That's just what it is. We produce. Well, I ain't gonna say produce, but we supply a lot of timber. timber and lumber, two different things. Timber is just like literally the tree, whereas lumber is the finished product. So in that aspect, it's they talking it's gonna be ramping up here soon. I'm not hauling no damn lumber. I don't do that.
You don't,
But
too much Final Destination movies.
yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's just a hassle. I don't, I'm trying to get out and go. Well, you got to tarp it and do. I ain't doing all that.
So you run
But,
flat, right?
Yeah, I run flatbed. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, man, it's got to be a lot of good money in that lumber, though. It's got to be.
It's good if you running it steady. You know what I mean? It's cheap freight at the end of the day.
Okay.
Especially if you run it like regionally. But again, different story when it's coming from up north. You know what I mean? Like the United States, they get their lumber exclusively from either the South or Canada. As a matter of fact, one of the largest lumber producers in the United States is a Canadian company, Interfor. So again, you gonna see a large impact. It don't matter what type of industry you're in, you're gonna see it from the aspect of what the supply and demand is gonna be. So, hey, we'll see, man. We'll see. You already saw, as far as the automobile industry, Trump already tanked on that, and you say, okay, now I'm a give it up for a month. I'm give a month exemption, not only 48 hours, and he already tanked on it. So that lets you know, because people were about to raise holy hell.
So we are joined by Venkat. Venkat, did you hear my message earlier?
No, I just got on. What happened?
Oh, so you didn't hear my message that was in the group?
No, I didn't know you sent the message.
Oh my goodness! I think.
Wait. Are you talking about that voice message that you sent earlier in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh,
Okay. Which
okay.
it totally makes sense. I mean, my God.
Okay, I just wanted to. I didn't want to say anything on here, and then you'd be like, wait, what?
No. I mean, it makes perfect sense what you're saying, and with daylight savings and having to go out with your family and stuff like that. Yeah, man, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'm. So let me just leave with that real quick. Just let everybody know. Venkat has a manager to the channel, so if they want to continue doing Wrestling with Reality, or if they want to, this is the perfect time to slot the basketball show in. I'm going to step away from Wrestling with Reality for a while. My work schedule is just too ridiculous. I can't manage it anymore. It's crazy. I'm literally right here now trying to stuff my face so I don't pass out while I'm doing this. Definitely will be here for WrestleMania, though. I mean, that would be crazy not to, but WrestleMania is 7 weeks away. So we'll definitely do the watch-alongs on both nights. I'm actually planning to run both shows just for the entirety. And also a prediction, and a wrap-up show. So, and in the event anything major happens. So it's not like the show's going away. It's just, I'm saying, as for me, I'm stepping away because I'm too busy. I already let the Man Talk Monday crew know. Where is going to be slim pickings. I mean, you get what I'm saying? So, hell, even this week, the MMA brothers are supposed to be doing a preview show for the upcoming UFC. They're not going to be able to do it. They'll do a review show on Sunday, but that's because my birthday is Friday. So I'll be out handling business then. But so it's just, I said it at the beginning of the year that the way things are looking now is I'm going to be at work a lot more. And then with daylight savings coming up, me and my wife talked about it, and we want to start back doing family workouts while we have the extra light in the day. So, so that's where we are with that. But, that's that. We do have a show to go over. Then Ricardo,
I thought you were talking about you made another message. That's what had me perplexed just now. I thought you had some other message you left in the chat. That's what I was thinking.
No, I said I just got home. I was trying to hurry up and eat so I could come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, this constant rushing and shit like that is it's crazy. It's too much, man. So damn, Naruban, if you're out there, man, the link is in the chat, man, because I'm definitely want to hear your thoughts on it. But until Naruban gets up, I do have one news item that I do want to cover only because I just saw it yesterday. So Carmella did an interview. You guys know Carmella, right? Corey Graves' wife.
Yeah.
So they let her contract expire. She was pregnant. So I know for injury, they pay you the whole time and then they freeze your contract. But I guess for pregnancy, they just let it run out, which would make sense. Ronda Rousey, Alexa Bliss, all those girls. So anyway, Carmella did an interview with somebody and she's pissed because she's like, oh, they just let my contract run out and this and that. So first of all, and then she was saying, so then she was trying to make herself a martyr though, like, oh, this is a new thing that they do, or they don't do this for the other girls and things like that. And my only response to that is you aren't Becky Lynch, you aren't Ronda Rousey, and you aren't Alexa Bliss. And in the event that Montez knocks Bianca up and they make a perfect little baby, you're not Bianca Belair. So I just think it was a matter of they weren't going to re-sign her anyway, so they just let her contract run out and just let her sit at home. So what's you guys' thoughts on Carmella? Listen, I'm not going to sit here and act like Carmella was anything great. I'm not going to do that.
Well, they gave up on Corey Graves, so there's no surprise that they'll just disassociate. I mean, she's not a top tier talent, but it's kind of messed up in a way. But I understand it.
So you really think they gave up on Corey Graves?
Hell yeah, I think he's the best voice they got. They pretty stupid to not let that guy be front and center. Yeah, give him everything he want, man. His commentary is the most insightful. It sounds the most legitimate. It don't sound like he's spoon feeding us a bunch of nonsense like all these other guys. I think it's a huge mistake, and they don't see his worth. Corey Graves the best thing they got, audio wise.
You still know he's with the company though, right?
When the last time you saw Corey Graves?
Last night on NXT.
I never seen him for like almost a year now.
I mean, really?
Almost a year now. I forgot how the nigga look.
That's how we know you don't watch the product weekly. He just left the commentary table in January.
Yeah, whatever.
And went back to NXT. I'm serious. I'm not making it up. He's on NXT. He's the lead announcer for NXT.
The only thing else better to hear than him would be Booker T. But other than that, they friggin' up.
Booker T is terrible. I agree with you on Corey.
Booker T is great. Great on that.
Booker T is great for what he does. The ooh, yeah, you gotta be kidding me, bro. Yeah, he's great for that and the way he ogles over the women. But I agree with you. Corey Graves is fantastic. When they brought him up all those years ago, I was so happy. I've said it. I don't like Pat McAfee.
He's horrible.
Yeah, Pat McAfee is not
consulting.
He cringe, man.
Yeah, I can't stand. Listening to Pat McAfee. I get it though, and Corey Graves even said it. He was like, "Hey, I'm not a superstar to that level." And when we get later on, we're gonna see how WWE loves their superstars, even at the we'll get to it. But yeah, I love Corey Graves. Corey Graves is fantastic, but Corey Graves isn't going anywhere because where else would he go?
AEW.
Oh, okay. All right. MD, what's your thoughts on Carmella?
I actually kind of agree with that. I think he would do good on color in AEW. I really
That's what I'm saying. He sounds like he should be there.
Who would he replace?
Like as a color guy. Yeah, I agree with what Venkat said. To me, he was the best color guy that WWE had. It's shameful, what's going on. And to Venkat's point, with Graves going to NXT, I mean, that kind of proved Venkat's point. He ain't seen him. And not everybody's going to watch NXT. Not everybody got the time to watch NXT.
which
I
I
sure don't.
mean,
well, I'm gonna tell you, NXT is the best wrestling show on TV. Just
I
just
agree
so
with
you
that.
know,
I agree with
it
that
is.
too.
It
But
is the absolute best wrestling show on TV. Period.
but as far as like, just look at it in the perspective of a casual, Trevor, is what I'm saying.
Oh no, I'm not
Yeah.
disagreeing at all. I was
Oh,
talking more about Carmella. And Venkat brought up Corey Graves.
yeah. I just yeah,
But that goes to show you how insignificant she is. That I
yeah,
brought
pretty much.
her up and he defaulted to her husband.
They got a athletic blonde on the roster now that is like they don't need her. Like it is what it is.
They got a bunch of
So
them though. She
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, yeah, she's pretty much obsolete at this point. Um, I mean, for what her character was, with her run, it was okay. But yeah, man, you got knocked up, man. You got knocked out your spot. Hell, you didn't really have a spot even before you got knocked up. So
exactly. I think her best thing was when her and R-Truth used to interrupt people's matches and start doing the floss. And then she'd jump on his back and he'd run back down the ramp. Like that was the best thing that I remember her for doing.
But when she was doing the Mel is Money thing, like she was hot. She was hot at that particular time. So after that, man, like it sputtered out. It was, she won the title and did the Ellsworth thing, and it was cool for a second. After that, man, it was pretty much a wrap.
So another news item that I saw yesterday that shocked the hell out of me. So we know NXT. Well, so they say it's WWE and TNA, but right now it's only been NXT and TNA. But the Hardy Boys are going to get another run on WWE TV. I think the problem is that it's a money issue. Like, it's one thing if it's NXT, but basically to have WWE having TNA's tag team champions on their TV and making merchandise for them, who's going to foot that bill? That's why I said from the beginning, WWE is getting over on this because they literally could put these guys on their TV and not have to pay for it. So I think that's the issue there. But I did see another news item, I think it was yesterday, that not only is WWE in bed with TNA, they're now in bed with the NWA because they have a tournament coming up and Natalya is going to be in that tournament. So you talk about just breaking down the walls and cross promoting WWE and the NWA, which I thought was dead, but I guess it's not. So there you go with that. MD, I know you watch the NWA.
This is what I want to know though. As far as that Hardy Boy shirt deal, I want to know what the cut is. They'll never tell us.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they'll never. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna let my talent have merchandise on somebody else's site. You know what I mean? That's crazy to me.
TNA
Like
got to be getting 50%. They got to get 50% of that.
I mean, you would think that it was supposed to be more than that. That's TNA's talent. What I look like letting my talent have merchandise sold on your site, and even 50% is laughable. That's
I
laughable.
get it. What's the Hardy Boys cut gonna be? Because WWE, if let's just say TNA is getting 50%. I don't know. I just made that number up, but what's the Hardy Boys cut gonna be? They can't be that much.
Yeah. Like I said, man, I like what's going on. The possibilities are endless with what they can do. But with what TNA is doing right now, and I told you earlier, Trevor, probably not now after this pay-per-view, but before this, my front runner was TNA being promotion of the year. What they doing right now is nothing short of incredible as far as the promotion, the branding, like Tessa and being able to take a risk, bringing her back, and the things that, bro, TNA is great, but I just don't want them to get shafted in the end.
Yeah, I've watched some of their TV. Well, obviously only because you got WWE guys showing up. But it's funny that you say you had to have them at as promotion of the year. You don't consider NXT to be exclusive, huh?
That would be up for you to just make that distinguishment. That, like, if you say that's okay, then we can go that way. You know what I mean?
I think I'm leading for TNA to be an exclusive thing. I mean, for NXT, I know it's under the WWE umbrella, but man, what they're doing over there is just so special. And Obafemi and Moose are gonna just, man, that's gonna be a violent match. You got the Hardy Boys taking on Fraxium. That's gonna be crazy. Yeah, it's yeah. What they're doing right now is insane. Hats off to Shawn Michaels over there doing his thing, and I see Shawn Spears just won the North American title last night, so it's crazy. Cora Jade got hurt again. My God, that poor girl doesn't catch a break, man. Shout out to Ricardo. Hey, Ricardo, go get in the Ruben, man. Put the APB out for the Ruben. Venkat, what do you think about this? Well, I made up the number 50%, so that's not it. We don't know what the deal is. But WWE TNA talent wrestling on WWE TV, WWE made a shirt for them that they're selling on their site, and WWE's not paying that salary for those wrestlers. TNA got to be getting more than 50%. They have to.
Not necessarily, and I think it's a great thing for everybody involved. I mean, if you think about it, TNA would not even have been thought of without the exposure of WWE, Shop WWE, and I mean, let's be real. They wouldn't have been.
So TNA is Zelensky and WWE is Trump.
I'm not saying.
It's basically what you're saying.
I'm not saying that, but if WWE makes a T-shirt and then they profile it in their shop, I mean, the chances of traffic for sales occurring is probably because they want WWE's product. They were free and readily available all this time on TNA's site or whatever the hell they do over there, and it didn't happen like it's going to happen with WWE. So should they get something? Yeah, but a little something. I mean, WWE, the one to put in the work, making the designing the shirt and promoting it on their TV to make people want to come and buy it. So yeah, TNA should just be happy to get something for doing nothing and just enjoy the ride. I think it's a good thing for everybody.
I'm shocked. I am shocked. I don't disagree with him at all, though. But I'm shocked. Ruben, the link is in the chat. I'm shocked that he said that. My God. Hey, I agree. I don't got no disagreement at all. At all.
TNA, when they get their couple of dollars, they should also thank WWE for giving me these $2.
Yeah.
In the room.
Well, they need to thank WWE because the other guys gave them sheets. All right, they gave them sheets. All right, WWE giving them javelins. So
I don't think they should really get any money off the shirts. Tell you the truth.
Wow.
Because if they're under contract, you want to get some sort of residual should go their way. You're using an exclusive talent that they have, and I mean that's fine. It should be a little something, but it shouldn't be something out of 100. Maybe they get 25 or 15, and then the rest need to go to the Hardys and WWE.
I'm just shocked.
I agree with him. We really don't know what the exclusivity is with talent in TNA anyway. It could be like AEW, like those AEW guys. They got like the pro wrestling tees that ain't got nothing to do with AEW. You know what I mean? So it might be a situation like that. I don't know. Maybe this ain't a TNA thing and it's a Hardy thing. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Could be. All right. So Naruben did join, and I know Naruben. We're gonna get you out of here quick because there's only 4 matches we got to cover, and I know you got to get on to watch Dynamite. So joining the panel is Naruben, live from Canada. He actually was at the Elimination Chamber. PLE that took place Saturday from the Toronto, what it was called, what was it, the Rogers Center?
Well, like Ricardo knows this. I mean, the most of the people, the older generation, like in Ricardo's generation, we know it, and older, we know it as Skydome, but it's known as Rogers Center to everybody outside of Toronto, but it's known as Skydome.
So let me ask you this, and I know Venkat going to rail on this, but remember, Venkat, we got to get him out of here. last year, WWE ran that building last year.
No, they didn't.
They didn't run that. They didn't run that building last year.
No. They ran it at Scotia Bank Arena, which is where the Raptors play, the Leafs play. That's actually down the street. That's That's an arena, and then the Rogers Center is a stadium.
So okay, so when was the last time WWE was at the Rogers Center? Maybe they got the number wrong.
So last time they ran it was for WrestleMania 18.
It's been that long. Okay, so the person
Yeah.
see, and that's why I don't go by what people say on YouTube. Okay, never mind then, because the person who said it, and I won't even say their name because I won't put them on blast because I like watching them. They said that last time they said WWE ran this building last year. I know they were in Canada, but I don't remember where they ran. And they said WWE has about 68,000 people there. This year they run it for Elimination Chamber and they only had 38,000, but the gate was probably double. So they basically sacrificed people for the money. And Venkat, before you jump in, and then
sorry. Hold on here. Sorry, I need to this corrective. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to mean to correct you, Cardi, and I don't mean to correct you, Trevor.
Go ahead.
So it's actually at one point the stadium could host maybe 50, 55 for like MLB games. But because of the improvements and like on upgrades and stuff, that capacity got reduced to 39,000. Now, so at Sky when they're doing Elimination Chamber, that was a high capacity crowd for that stadium. Now, theoretically, can they do 50, 60? Yeah, but like they'd be stretching their resources very thin doing that. Like at 38, that's a very high capacity crowd, especially with all the upgrades over the years and things like that.
So WWE's not the villain, then it was basically a guy like Venkat just trying to make the so never mind. Never mind what I was about to say.
No. Here's another thing though to consider though. They did squeeze every last drop of money from everybody, right? Because tickets on Ticketmaster were like the upper bowl, like the nosebleeds, are like $270, and the only reason I went was because I was at a bar there's a pee party at the bar down the street. I wasn't even going to go, but me and my buddy, we found tickets for 110 Canadian, which is like, I don't know, like 80 USD. So we got them at half price, basically, like towards the start of the show.
And where did you sit?
That's how you do it.
So we sat like pretty much like the up, like it was like kind of like the nosebleeds, like the 500 section, so way up there, right? Like the second last section before like the actual nosebleeds.
See, I was going to paint him out to be the villain based on what I heard, but now you're debunking everything, so I can't even do that. I'm sorry, Venkat, because I know you was going to rail on him for it, but what I was going to say though, Triple H said something that I've been saying all the time. I was shocked that he said it, but I get it. He said that he would rather, obviously they rather the money, but he would rather do arena shows because it sounds better. When you're doing those shows in these stadiums and stuff, like look at Royal Rumble, even here, I didn't think the crowd sounded great. It's just that the bigger the venue, it just, the noise just goes up. It doesn't encapsulate the event. But Naruben, how was it? How was the overall experience in there?
It was good. Like, it's so I haven't been there in like more than 2 decades. Because like I don't really I'm not really a big sports guy. Like I will watch the Jays at some point, but no, like the experience was good. Like it was fine. The only thing was like being like in the dead of winter in Canada. It wasn't closed, but there was like an annoying draft that came through. But otherwise, like the vibes are cool. Like I have pretty good sight line, even though we're far up. Like it was great. No complaints from me. The only thing was I'm going to talk to the credit card company about this, right? But they did this BS at WrestleMania 40. Was some of the concession stand people, they would like when I would pay for stuff, they would actually add in the tip, without telling me, and then they would charge me for it. So I'm gonna talk to my credit card company to reverse that. But other than that, it was cool.
I think that's just a venue thing. MD, you could talk to that. You were just at a wrestling event. Did they do that to you when you were buying stuff? Because they did it to me. They did it to me at the last WWE show we went to.
Yeah, those lounge tickets that we had, it was all inclusive. Alcohol, food, everything. I ain't pay for nothing. Well, I paid for it, but I ain't have to pay for it per se. So yeah, I wouldn't know.
All right. Well, and Venkat, you want to add anything before we get to the card?
No, that's it. You go ahead.
So let's do this. So the card, we started with fireworks at the beginning. I don't know who didn't know how to read the room in WWE with all the Trump Canada things that's going on. Why the hell would you open the show singing the Star Spangled Banner? And kudos to Canada, they booed the hell out of that young lady. Narubin, you were live in the building. What happened?
So I got there like 5 minutes after that. No, I mean, no, that was done on purpose, right? Because like I don't know if you know, but they only really sing the national anthem for like the big four, like Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. They don't really do it for like the smaller PLEs, right? So this was definitely intentional, like 100% intentional. They did this.
So you saying that they playing into the Trump heat, huh?
Yeah, they are definitely 100%.
Wow,
man, this is wrestling, man. You know all heat is good heat.
Yeah, you know but not when it get nationalistic, man. That I felt so bad for the young girl, but then she went right into old Canada, and everybody started cheering for her. So I'm like, okay, she part of the gimmick.
But to Narubin's point, though, he's absolutely right. They do the national anthem. They just don't. They do it before the show starts, like before
they
go
televise
live.
it.
You know what I mean?
They need to stop doing the national anthem.
That was definitely intentional.
The national anthem should never be done in these sporting events. It's just ridiculous. First of all, it wastes my time. I don't want to be sitting there looking all ashy waiting for this damn thing to start. They need to stop doing that nonsense. Ever since the whole kneeling with Kaepernick, they need to stop doing national anthems altogether.
So just never at nothing.
I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it. This ain't school or the church. I don't want to hear this crap. Like we came to see a sporting event. They keep talking about we don't want to hear your woke ideologies, blah blah blah, and then they go pull that damn national anthem out the crack of their ass. They need to stop pulling that damn thing out all the time like that. I don't even want to hear it. Back in WrestleMania 3 days, I was like, "What the hell is this? I don't want to hear this crap."
I'm gonna tell you though, there's nothing better than the national anthem at an NFL game, and they time the flyover perfectly. Oh my God, it's the best thing in the world. Just
Venkat don't understand Americana, man.
Yeah, he don't. Venkat, man, you get the feel.
I don't want to hear that,
man. I'm telling when they do that in the home of the brave, and you hear them them fighter planes coming
First
through.
First of all, ain't nothing but cowards out here in America. Ain't nothing but cowards. So they need to stop singing that bull crap. Start living up to the words of that anthem instead of saying it, going through the motion ass niggas.
All right, so the card opens up. The card opens up with the women's elimination chamber, which I mean, absolutely, we already knew that. Listen, I'm gonna just tell you like this, and I doubt we'll all agree on the same thing. This is the best women's elimination chamber that I've ever seen. They may have had about 10 of them so far. But I'll get into it. But just for me personally, this was the best one ever. MD, what was your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. This was great. The character work was extraordinary. This was perhaps Liv Morgan's best performance I've ever seen.
Liv Morgan.
Like if you ain't hip to her being like a top talent now, I don't know what else to tell you, bro. I don't know what else to tell you. Liv just off this performance alone deserve another run, and she gonna get it. I'm pretty certain of that. But not only that, Alexa Bliss, man. Alexa Bliss don't look like, and we've never said that Alexa Bliss was like this this ring general. Like,
Never.
of course she's not. But even her performance in this was great. Like everybody did their part. The character. This was probably the best character work that we've seen all year, as far as putting forward angles, developing them. Like this is the best. This was to me match of the night. So not only the wrestling, like put that aside, which is kind of funny to say because it was just so many angles being pushed forward in this one match. That's what made it great to me. You know what I mean? And it gave us a better purview of what to expect going into WrestleMania season. So this was great. This was great. Bianca, even her character work inside the pod, watching Naomi getting beat down, was nothing short of tremendous. And then later on, when WWE posted the pod cam footage, it put even more emotion into it. This was great. This was great. And to Van Cat's point, talking about having story be an emphasis over the wrestling. I think in this sense, having so many mashups of different angles that were being developed all at the same time, this was extraordinary. This was great.
Van Cat, what's your thoughts on this match before we break down the bones of it?
All right, so this match, it was good. It was very good. I enjoyed it.
Wow.
Some things I didn't enjoy. Bianca Belair, her Oscar-worthy performance, or lack thereof, was horrible.
I agree.
She did some dumb things. When she immediately got out, her running over there, oh, what's going on? Who the hell cares? You got a match you're in.
I agree.
It was some silly moments with her that really agitated me. You got to give credit to who's the one rookie in there that never.
Roxanne Perez. Man.
She was the stars. Besides, obviously, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's just amazing, and she should be getting everything. She was robbed. She should be highlighting WrestleMania. WrestleMania should be the Liv Morgan show. After what she did last year up to this point, like, how do you not put all the marbles on Liv Morgan right now? Putting Bianca in that position is just ridiculous. Not to mention the fact that we got Charlotte. I like Charlotte Flair, but you can't have Charlotte Flair out there. So we got the wrong representation and wrong people in these damn main events. Liv Morgan, they should burn down the arena until they get Liv Morgan in the rightful spot she should be in. But yeah, that lady, she did a damn great job. She was in there with a bunch of veteran present people that have been in that match multiple times over. This is her first time, and she went out there and did a performance of a lifetime. So I wouldn't even mind if she would have made it, but I know they're not going to do that. But she did great. But other than that,
where I wanted Roxy to win. I was actively rooting for Roxy.
Yeah, and that's a great story to rally behind. So yeah, the match was great. If it's Elimination Chamber, which is an Eric Bischoff invention, yeah, that's good. The women can participate in that, but get the women out of War Games. We got to get the women out of War Games. They can't touch that ring on War Games.
So Naruben, what was your thoughts on this match overall?
No, I definitely liked it. But I agree with Venkat that Belair is kind of like the weak link in the match here. Like that whole spot with her yo-yoing, what was it, Liv? I mean, to be honest, I thought that was kind of stupid. But like the whole crowd, the whole arena popped for the whole stadium popped for that. They popped for that. I was, and after like a few times, I found it pretty funny. I don't know, but overall, I enjoyed that match. Like a lot of story building, a lot of character building. Like the psychology, it is what it is, but they're working on it. But like what I noticed, like I think even recently was like a lot of little things with like the women's stories and like the angles and the wrestling. It's all really improving. So no, kudos on them. Like I enjoyed this match.
So Naruben, let me ask you. You were, you said it. You were in the Bob Uecker seats. How is it viewing this type of match from up there?
I mean, I had like the screen, right? Like there is a screen at there, so I could like see what was going on, and then like I would watch the screen mostly, but then watch what was going on in the ring from like time to time.
All right, that's cool.
What angle were you at? Were you behind the stage, in front of the stage? Like where exactly were you at?
Yeah, I think I was like behind the stage, like
Okay.
yeah, but like I still had like a full sight line, like I could still see everything in the ring. It was just far away.
Gotcha.
I don't think I've ever had a bad seat at a wrestling show, and I've sat everywhere. I just don't. I think the way they angle it out, it's just all good. Just real quick, I can't believe I'm agreeing with Venkat. My one takeaway from this match, and I said it in the men's chamber, they got to get rid of the elimination chamber. I don't like the elimination chamber because it doesn't make any sense. Because the roof of the damn thing is 30 feet high. So unless you're Kofi or Montez or Ray, you're not going up there to do anything. The chain link fence, nobody ever uses it for anything. This year, they put a damn padding on the floor when it's supposed to have metal grates. Why? I get it. Okay, you say you want wrestler safety. I'm all for the wrestler safety. Then don't introduce that as an option because it does not work. Venkat, I agree 1,000,000%. My daughter was right there, and I'm like, oh my God, Bianca Belair her acting is horrendous. I get what she was doing, but I'm just like, cry, let a tear drop, do something, just cry, make me believe that you really feeling this. But I did like when she came out of the cage. So Venkat says that why would she go over and check on her friend? I like the story that they told in the match that she was off the whole night. Like her whole equilibrium was completely off because of what happened. That's the story that they were telling because everybody was beating the hell out of her. I did like the yo-yo spot where Liv kept using her hair to throw her in the cage. I love when she slapped the shit out of Liv on the top of the pod with that hair whip. And Liv had that welt. I don't know what the hell they have on the end of that thing, but I mean, let's get to what everybody wants to talk about now. When Liv and Naomi came out, I looked at my daughter, and it's on the stream. I said, what should happen is Naomi shouldn't even make it to the ring. She should just get attacked right off the bat, but that's not what happened. We hear a storm is coming. Shout out to Hassan in the building. We hear a storm is coming. Jade comes down looking phenomenal, says, I know what you did. Looking at Liv is playing it off like, oh man, I didn't do anything. And I said she is about to lower the boom on Naomi. All of a sudden they timed it so perfect. Naomi happened to look back at Bianca, and the minute she turned around, Jade beat the holy hell out of her. My wife told me that she was crying watching it, because I guess somebody synced it up to show Bianca's reaction while she was getting beat up. And she was just like, oh my God, why are they doing this, man? MD, the beat down that we knew was coming. Well, what did you think about that? I thought this was phenomenal.
It was great, man. It was great. And how they had Naomi and Bianca with the all white and Jay had the all black on. Like, bro, this was great. This was possibly, hey man, I'm telling you. And you know, y'all do on Bianca, and you know, I get it. I think the emotion that she brung inside the pod. I'm just talking about that point, not anything afterward. I think that the emotion that she showed inside the pod was great character work. That's just me. You may disagree. That's just me. I think that part was it was a kickoff point for the whole show. That was great. And I'm talking about she brutalized Nick. Brutalized.
Yeah.
We shouldn't see Naomi for a couple of weeks. That, like, she needs to sell. And I saw a picture.
Yeah, she was at an award show with
the neck brace on.
With the neck brace on. So at least she had the damn neck brace on. But I agree.
Yeah.
She should stay out of sight.
Yeah. And as far as like on camera, WWE television, we shouldn't see her. At minimum 2 to 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Because she got brutalized. And let me also give credit. I think Jay, in that capacity as being just a ass beater, that suits her. Her trying to wrestle, I don't want to see her wrestle. Bump wrestle.
I had to get a towel
Go in the
when it
ring
was
and beat the
over.
hell out somebody.
I had to get a towel when it was over, MD.
Hey, Triple H, when she went back into Gorilla, Triple H should have told her, hey, look, don't go to the perform. We don't need you at the performance center no more. Go out in the ring and potato everybody. Just beat their ass. They'll take it. They're professional. Because the way that she looked, brutalizing Naomi, that looked incredible. I want to see that, Jade. Just beat the shit out of your opponent. That's all I want to see.
Van Cat, you've been the harsh critic on Jade, but what did you think about this beatdown, this return?
Okay, so how long ago did Jade get quote unquote injured or attacked? 3 months. 3 months. So now we coming out here like it's brand new. She couldn't have had a conversation on the phone with Bianca Belair. She couldn't have done anything. Like, it just seems odd.
Bianca said she wasn't answering any of her calls.
Oh,
they did cover those bases.
I don't know. It just feels a little weird. It's fine. I mean, I don't have anything against the spot. It just, I think 3 months later is a bit much. Maybe it should have happened within the same month or something. And I don't know what kind of attack they're trying to say that she had. I'm sure it's not an attack that would have really legitimately had her off for 3 months. I don't know. I think that the spacing and time for it to matter to me, at least, wouldn't it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me, brother. But it's fine. It's fine, I guess. It's fine.
So how were you going to stretch it out then, Van Cat? Because you know it's going to be up to WrestleMania. How are you going to stretch that angle out?
Yeah,
From
well,
that point of the attack to late April. How you going to do that?
well,
Yeah, I'm not saying one way or another. I'm not, I'm just asking.
Well, you could have done anything leading up to that, a series of matches, tag matches, or whatever you got to do. I don't know, in-ring promos, whatever you got to do to keep it going. But 3 months later, and like we're acting like it's brand new, like fresh, like we just, I don't know. And if you're a friend of Bianca Belair, why didn't you answer the call? I mean, I don't know. It's just weird. It just has a weird. But this is not the only weird thing.
She was legit hurt though. Naruben, what? And you talk about 3 months being long. Wait till we get to a later match here. Naruben, what was your thoughts on this Jade attack?
Yeah, I mean, like we knew, like it was Naomi who was the one who did it, right? Like they telegraphed that like so far away, but it was well done, right? And I hope now Jade's a little better. Like I know she's always kind of just been rusty in the ring, but hopefully now she's maybe a little better, and they have something cooking. But no, it was well done, very well done. I liked it.
Hey, guess what, y'all? Naomi's not the one that did it. She's not. Bianca is the mastermind behind this. I'm telling y'all. I don't know how they're gonna get to it, but Bianca is the mastermind behind this whole thing. I'm telling you. But
so don't that make her look kind of silly?
Are we seeing Jade Bianca SummerSlam?
I think it's SummerSlam. Yeah, they're gonna move it, and I would almost say that Jade is gonna cost Bianca the title at WrestleMania.
But doesn't this look kind of silly with the reactions and the poor acting that Bianca was doing? There were times where it just seemed.
Why do you call it poor? I don't understand that.
Yeah,
I think what she did in the part was great.
It was horrible. It was horrible. That was crocodile tears, man.
When Sting told Ric Flair, you better not double cross me, and Ric Flair was hamming it up and everything. We knew what was about to happen, but we still loved it.
It's not because you know what the end result's going to be. It's because of what the ride she took us on, which was pathetically bad, crying and acting like she's concerned. And now if she's behind this, that looks even weirder. That looks even dumber. I'm just saying, it's just not going to age well. But you guys will see later.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but because damn, it's 7:30 already. You got getting the Ruben out of here. I thought this match was great. I just thought that this was the best elimination chamber that they had for the men. Hell, the women. Hell, I thought this was better than the men's elimination chamber and better than a lot of elimination chambers that I saw. It had its nice brutal spots. I agree with Venkat. Roxanne Perez, man, the sky's the limit. I'm glad that Vince McMahon isn't in power because he say that she's too short and he tried to saddle her with some fart gimmick or something like that. So I almost want to see her be the one to take the belt off of like Lyra or something like that. Bayley really didn't do much. Liv Morgan was the MVP of this. Just fantastic. But at the end, Bianca Belair did win the match. And so this is the Venkat. So this is what I would show you why the crying made sense. You act that way when the attack happens, but when she won the match, she was just a hamming it up. What, did you forget your friend just got her ass kicked? And then when Rhea came out to confront her on the ramp, she's just looking and just smiling. I'm telling you, Bianca is the one that's behind this. I don't know how they're going to get there, but it's going to be revealed that she's the one that's behind this. What's your guys' final thoughts on this match before we...
Was Jade's eyes closed when she was getting her ass beat in the backstage? She didn't see who the frig hit her? Or maybe it was a masked assassin or something. I mean, I'm telling you, these storylines, they don't age well. Go ahead.
Or maybe Jade faked it, and then they're just trying to get Naomi out. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I think it's a lot of bone. I think and I agree with MD. If we're gonna get this version of Jade, then I think they could run with this all the way to SummerSlam.
Another thing, Trevor. I don't know. You guys watch all the other shows, so maybe you understand. What the hell were they showing Liv Morgan and what's the name? That little the 1 pound Asian girl, Io Sky. They're showing Io Sky like it was between those two. Why is it between those two?
You know, Io Sky is a champion. Right?
Yeah, she just won the title. She didn't win the title that night. She wasn't the champion that night.
Because
she was not.
A possibility of her being
they don't want to just force it. Come on, Vanka, act like
no. If she's not the champion, why are you showing her with Liv Morgan as an option of who to pick? That makes no sense.
I don't know why they showed Liv, but Io, because she had the title match the next night. That's what you had to do.
Yeah, but having a title match is different from being the champion. So why are they showing Io Sky at all?
You're being too critical. You being
I was thinking the whole time I saw that drew me for a loop. I almost forgot that Tiffany was the other champion.
Yeah, now y'all dealing with what I'm dealing with. Now I think he just.
I'm saying, man, it just didn't make no sense to me.
I think he liked this show so much, and he's like, man, I'm not going in there being good on this one. I got to find something to nitpick about.
I think you people are drinking a Kool-Aid, and you're being too yes master about this. It didn't make sense. Like usually the Elimination Chamber is that other element besides Royal Rumble. Elimination Chamber is the other way to getting the other title shot. So why the hell were they showing Io Sky? That made no sense. I totally was like thinking, oh, did Io Sky beat Tiffy before this event started or something? I didn't know. I thought it was a weird thing to see there.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm just kind of going by my ear.
Tiffany, that man, she's the other champion. So you would think that the Elimination Chamber winner would, if by now, if Charlotte Flair didn't pick who she was picking.
Yeah, Charlotte already picked Tiffany.
Oh, yeah, but I just didn't understand why Io Sky had to be there. I don't know.
You ever watch sports when the Eastern Conference champion is already decided and the Western Conference game still has 2 games left to go? They show both competitors in the West. You know that, right? So let's get to the next match. I got nothing on this match. I didn't think it was bad. I just don't want to talk about it. Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax. Oh my God, why am I drawing a blank on this girl's name? Candice LeRae. This match was literally just to get the hometown pop for Trish. Y'all guys had any thoughts on this?
What I have to say about this match is why the hell was Nia Jax being the one pinned? Why did she get pinned?
I agree. I agree with that. That's crazy.
That makes no goddamn sense. Why would the biggest, strongest person be the one that got pinned like that? And like an afterthought at that.
Hey, you got me. I don't know.
I definitely agree with that.
Some things need to be said.
Like what is she doing for WrestleMania? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Hey, y'all waiting for an answer from me? I don't know. Naruben, what you think about your hometown girl? Hey, Trish still look good, man. Yeah, she haven't lost a beat. She haven't lost a step. What do you think about this match, Naruben?
Well, I saw the entrances. Like took a mental picture for later.
Then you
went to the washroom and like got some beer. Like then I came back and then I still saw them, and that was really it. I didn't really I didn't really think much of it. I guess it was okay. Trish looks pretty good. Tiffany looks pretty good. Nia, I don't really have anything to say. Candice, she was just basically there. I don't know. I don't really think much at all. If I'm being truthful.
Hey, Sunset. That's why they put these in there sometimes. Yeah, I honestly didn't even remember Nia was the one that got pinned. I still was thinking about the women's chamber match. I didn't even realize
she
Nia.
Took the moonsault, and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
I thought the reason why Candice was in the match was to take the pin.
You would think.
Yeah, I didn't. Hey,
the disrespect on Nia Jax is ridiculous.
And Trish can still go. Let's not act like she couldn't. Like you could have put Trish in just to get the hometown pop for a mid-card title. Why is Lyra Valkyria or my girl not in like the PLE? This is crazy.
Trish versus Chelsea Green.
That's a perfect match. USA versus Canada. That's a perfect match.
Yeah. I just want to say, Trish is not really from Toronto. Maybe be splitting hairs, but she's from Richmond Hill, which is
it's still
is
Canada,
that far
right?
away? That's still Ontario, ain't it?
No, it's it's literally right beside Toronto. It's like a suburb, basically.
Yeah, you definitely split hairs on that one.
Yeah, it's literally you can you know what I mean. It's maybe a 45-minute drive from downtown Toronto, but technically, she's not from Toronto. She's from Richmond Hill.
Turf wars. Oh man, so I'm hey, listen. This next we got unsanctioned match, which I still say that this should have closed the show only because it was an unsanctioned match. And technically, if you have an unsanctioned match, then you should have all your other matches first and then say that we're holding ourselves harmless from anything that happens. That was my only fault. I love the fact that Sami Zayn came out wearing pants and not wrestling trunks coming to a fight. I love that. I guess I criticize that on everything else. I don't have a lot on this match, but what I will say is these two guys beat the holy hell out of each other. Why are they still doing this at this age? I do not know at this level. I thought that this match was fantastic. And the right person won, obviously, because if Kevin Owens, I think I even said on the stream, if Kevin Owens loses, I'll stop watching wrestling. Because I mean, at some point he got to beat somebody. MD, what was your thought? I thought this match was great.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. But I can't give it match of the night because I've seen it already. I just can't do it. To me, I don't think this match should have been on the show.
I agree, MD.
Particularly because we didn't get any color. And I understand why we didn't get any color, because we got color later on in the match. I mean, later on in the show. So why not have this? And again, going to Io and Rhea, I mean, you could have easily swapped that match for this one and had this match at the end of Raw, and we could have got the color. Like this is supposed to be a grudge, right? Grudges count for color. You got to have it. Again, I understand why you didn't. You're not going to have, this ain't AEW. Everybody ain't going to be bleeding every match. I get it. But this is a grudge, man. You got to have some color. This should have been at the end of Raw.
But I agree with you, Matt, and I don't like that rule, by the way. I know what you're talking about. They don't like to take away from the other segment that they're gonna get color. When he hit the Fisherman Buster on the damn chair, and Kevin Owens' face bounced off of the barbed wire chair, his face should have came up busted.
Yeah, and Owens sold it. You thought his damn eye got poked out or something. I'm like, damn, is he okay? Like he sold the hell out of it. That should have been. Like that should have been it right there. But again, you're not gonna do it because we got to do the big bang at the end of the show. So why not just have this close out Raw? You could have easily did that, and it would have been okay.
And they did have Raw in Canada, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, it was in Buffalo. It was in Buffalo.
Well, that's why.
I mean, hell, close enough.
That's that. Well, not if Naruban's saying 45 minutes. With Trish, don't make her a Torontian.
Well, no, I actually got something specific to say about this actually. So,
all right, go ahead.
Yeah, so like in one of the promos, like the SmackDown before Raw, he mentioned that like they had like fights in Toronto, right? He mentioned Ted Reeve Arena. So I was at that show. That show was like damn near 15 years ago. It was in like the east end of Toronto and like some crusty old like hockey arena, like literally 700 people. And they opened, it was ROH, it was Ring of Honor, and they opened the show. And it was a brutal match. It was like a very brutal match. Like Owen Steen at the time just completely brutalized Sammy. And that match too, Owens won, right? But like I love this, right? Because I think there was like some callbacks to it. I gotta remember specifically to that match, like one or two, I think. But no, I loved it. I love how they went in the stands, and like, I love how they went everywhere, like brutalized each other, like all these like crazy brutal spots. But no, there's no way they would have done this on the Raw after Elimination Chamber. That's like, there's no way. Like they would have to do it here. This is where it'd have to be. There's no other way for them to do this match, right? They wanted to have their match on this scale, right? And in Canada, right? There's no way they're going to do this on Raw. That would have been the wrong move.
There you go, Venkat. What's your thoughts on this before we get to the big return?
Well, this big fat back greasy Kevin Owens, his punk ass finally won a match, but the last time we saw his big cratered ass on a match was against Cody Rhodes, and at the end of the match, you got what's the name? All concerned, Sami Zayn concerned and consoling him and blah blah blah. But Kevin Owens seemed to be constantly in feud and fighting with people that he was once close with, and where's he going at this point? Because we've established his big fat ass can't win no damn matches as far as when a title's on the line. But he can win it. He can win this big cratered ass. Can win this kind of match, which really means nothing. So I'm so done with Kevin Owens. I'm just tired of his big ass coming out here just embarrassing everybody.
I don't know what you've been drinking tonight, Venkat, but
I don't know. And
whatever, man.
I think Kevin Owens probably way less than us.
No, I don't think so.
He's about 250. Well, I'm about 240, so I'm a little lighter than him.
Venkat pretty much said Kevin Owens belongs in CZW somewhere.
Exactly. He looked just like one of them.
Match. That's
he looked just like one of them. Exactly. But I had enough of Kevin Owens.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, he just signed a new 5-year contract, so
oh my God, 5 more years of this bull.
So Kevin Owens did win the match though. I thought this was great. Kevin Owens getting ready to he just landing Matt power. Damn, what the hell happened to me? Power bombs to the ring apron, just handing them out like crazy. Just trying to end Sami Zayn completely. And I mean, we knew it was going to happen. The return of Randy Orton. Now, Vancat talking about Jade being out for 3 months. At least they threw Jade off of a step onto a car. Randy Orton got a regular ass power bomb. I mean, pile driver. Oh, and by the way, Cody and Sammy got hit with package pile drivers not too far after that, and they were back a week later. So Randy Orton makes his return, teases the punt, but doesn't deliver. So I think we're probably going to get Randy versus KO in a grudge match at Mania. I wish he would have punted him though, but he didn't. Excuse me. So what was you guys' thoughts on the return of Randy Orton? Just looking gigantic, man.
Randy Orton is great. So anytime you get to see Randy Orton, that's fine. I'm just tired of seeing Kevin Owens' big ass all over the goddamn place. But that's about it.
Naruben, how did this sound when Randy Orton came out? Because I know they love him.
Yeah, man, it was a huge pop, man. It was a huge pop. Like the whole arena erupted, and no, man, I popped too, and it was awesome, man. Awesome. So I don't know. I don't think he has. He probably has like 5 years left, maybe even less than that. Like I don't.
Orton?
Yeah, I think so.
Hell, with this schedule, shit, he could probably go another 10 years.
I mean, we'll see. But
well, maybe Kevin Owens will have less than 5 years. That'll be great.
Man, this
yeah.
Hell no, I don't
but no, it'll be cool. It'll be cool to see Orton and Owens have their match at Mania, and the crowd pop huge for Orton.
So I'm gonna tell you, Randy Orton is so cool in person. I remember he wasn't at this last show I was at, but he was at the one before that, and they kept trying to get him to leave, and he was at SmackDown, and he literally stayed out there 10 minutes, going to everybody down on the lower level, taking selfies with them, signing everybody's autographs and stuff like that. So that was real cool moment from Randy Orton's. I wish I was down there. MD, what was your thoughts on Randy Orton's return?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it don't look like he missed a step as far as conditioning. He looked great. Like I don't know what these guys doing.
Can't say the same for Kevin Owens.
Hey, back at you on one, man. You on
Kevin
one.
Owens looked like every regular dude that's not on juice.
And that's what it is.
He juicy, all right.
I like Kevin.
Man. So yeah, that broke what I thought was going to happen. You know, it's for a good reason now because I was going Orton Cena at Mania. Looks like they're going the Orton Kevin Owens route. Is it going to be a regular old match? Is it going to be no DQ? We don't know. But I mean, it's a good way to work back in Orton, you know, into the picture. So it'll turn out okay.
All right, and then let's get to the what they call this, the penultimate match, the men's elimination chamber. So I want to speed through the men's elimination chamber just because it's almost 8 o'clock, and I want to hear Naruben's full rundown of the main event segment. Oh man, shout out to Thinking Black in the building. I didn't even see him, but you had Damian Priest, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, John Cena, and CM Punk in the men's elimination chamber match, which I thought the women's one was better. To me, it just felt like this one had too much star power in it, and at times it was like they just didn't. It didn't always mesh, and it was in this match that I realized, because I didn't realize it in the women's match, that they had that damn mat on the floor, and like it bothered me the entire night. If you listen to the review, that's all I was talking about was that damn mat being on the floor, because it just didn't look good. Logan Paul didn't go crazy like I thought he would. I thought that's why he was in there, so he could do the crazy spots. But I thought I liked this. I really did like it. But compared to the women's and the main event segment, this was probably number 3 on the list for me. MD, what's your thoughts on the men's elimination chamber?
Yeah, it felt rushed, man. It felt rushed. It felt like they were trying to hurry up and go through the motions to get to Rollins, Punk, and Cena and go through the sequence. Like it almost felt like Drew and Damian Priest and Logan Paul wasn't like even in the match. They doing Drew dirty, man, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit, man.
I complained
Like
about
he
that
got
too.
eliminated so fast.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I
And the
complained
story
about
was
that.
there. Even if you wanted to go with Priest and Drew, okay, fine. Just like you did in the women's chamber, tell the story in the match. You like you just went through the most. You just did it. And now we all just supposed to believe, okay, this is the second time Priest done got one up on Drew. Now, oh, I'm mad because of that. Now I got to face you at WrestleMania. Nah, bro, all the work Drew done put in 2024, and that's how y'all gonna do him. I can't go for that, man. I can't go for that at all, and I'm upset about it.
Yeah, I was.
But you know what?
I
Go
was
ahead.
very critical. I was very critical of that on the thing. Like I literally was actively pissed that Drew. To me, if you get Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, that's a step down for Drew McIntyre. I mean, no shot at Damian Priest, but he don't deserve to be in the same ring as a Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. I mean, sorry.
I that's how I feel. But at the very least, you gotta put more oomph on it, telling the story. Just him eliminating him at the Rumble and then him turning around and eliminating him at the Chamber, that's not good enough for a person like Drew McIntyre. It's not good enough. So you know that's what I'm pissed about. If you want to try to get Priest over, which I don't think that he deserved to be put over right now. But even if that's what you want to do it in a better way than that. You know what I mean? That's insane to me. And like I said, Logan Paul. I ain't even like counting. You know what I mean? Like, he's a great athlete or whatever. I don't care. You know what I mean? But in that instant, once it got down to Seth, Cena, and Punk, then things started to pick up. From that point on, it was great. The storytelling was there. The stump, you know what I mean? That and you know all the facets of what we eventually got were there. So from that point on, it was great, but it wasn't better than the women's.
Van Cat, what's your views on this match?
I agree with MD. It sucks that Drew McIntyre is somewhat declining for some reason, even though he was so instrumental in last year's success. It makes me think that his time is coming like after WrestleMania or SummerSlam-ish time. It's got to be a come up for Drew McIntyre at some point. He's got to, because I would think that him running with a title would be what Cody wants to have happen, where he has matches people look forward to. I think Drew McIntyre as a champion would he wouldn't have all those issues that Cody has. I think every match he would be involved in, every angle he would be involved in, people will be paying attention to, and it will be exciting. And that's what you want to see when a guy holds a title. The match was good. I wanted CM Punk to win, but I'm okay with John Cena winning per se. But there's some stuff that's weird about what happened later on. So it's a fine match. Wasn't anything bad per se. Too much. Just wish that they got to start putting more respect on Drew McIntyre for sure.
No, Ruben, how did this match come off to you so we can get into this main event angle?
Okay, so this match came off well, but like for full transparency, like I woke up at 6 a.m. So and I go to the gym downtown, and I live like an hour drive away. So like I was downtown. I was pretty much like awake since 6 a.m. and I was working out and everything. And I didn't leave downtown. I didn't leave downtown the whole day. So I did conk out like towards the end. I did fall asleep, and like my buddy who was with me didn't bother to wake me up because he knew I was up for like so long. So towards the end, I did conk out, and I did wake up in time for when everything started.
I'll be damned.
I know. I mean, hey, so when I saw the order of this, then I'm like, okay, you can't start this show with the Jade Cargill thing and then just end with a regular talking segment. So I thought something crazy was going to happen. I thought it was going to be CM Punk in the role of John Cena. But so when John Cena won, and I love the way they did it with Seth Rollins just being that dirtbag, because you know what the rumored match is Punk Rollins and Roman Reigns, which they're gonna set that up Monday because Rollins and Punk got a cage match on Monday Night Raw, so they'll get that in motion because I'm pretty sure Roman Reigns is gonna interfere in that match and spear Seth Rollins through the cage or something like that. But nevertheless, John Cena did win this match, and so they get to the end, and Cody Rhodes comes out. So, hindsight being 2020, it's just like when I say, when my coworker passed, I'm like, oh man, now I remember all the signs that I saw. I noticed because I went back and I watched the show again because I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything. John Cena was too hammy in the ring. Like, I mean, and he was just putting on just a little bit too much. And then, you have these YouTube detectives that go out and they put everything together. They piece the things together and they're like, oh yeah, remember at Royal Rumble at his press conference, he said he didn't want any, he wasn't answering any questions. I put all these years in the company. I deserve to do this. This is what's best for business. And like, that's not John Cena, but you're just like, all right, he's passionate. He just lost the Royal Rumble. John Cena comes out. Cody Rhodes comes out. The Rock comes out in his best Young Bucks outfit, along with Travis Scott with a hardcore title that I was looking online to see if they were selling, but they weren't selling it. We're going to get the Travis Scott. You know what? Yeah, right after this, we're going to get the Travis Scott. Travis Scott and The Rock come out, and The Rock is being a little homoerotic. I want your soul. I want your soul. Cody Rhodes tells him, hey, I sold my soul to this business a long time ago. Shout out to Eddie Israel in the building. I sold my soul to this business a long time ago, so you can't have it. John Cena again, just being extra hammy, just hamming it up. Like, I'm like, bro, what is wrong with you? And he pulls Cody in for the hug, and they pan into John Cena's square face. And then they pan back to The Rock, and The Rock gives him the finger throat sign. And you look at the guy in the front row, and I couldn't hear it because obviously I had the volume down. But when I went back and I listened to it, you could hear the crowd just when it was happening, how the elevation started to go. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe they're about to do what they're about to do. Because I said Cody should have been the one to kick John Cena in the balls. It went the other way around. John Cena kicks Cody Rhodes in the nutsack. I thought it was brass knuckles, but it was the gold Rolex watch. Hits him with that. Hits him with a hell of a belt shot that you heard. Yeah, man, I haven't heard a belt shot in a while where you actually hear the clunk on the guy's head and just beat the hell out of Cody Rhodes, which he needed. I've been screaming for a Cody Rhodes beatdown forever. Hell has frozen over. John Cena turns heel after 21 years. We've been asking for it. It was gonna happen in 2012. Ironically, after John Cena lost to The Rock, they had new music made up. John Cena had new gear made up, and at the very last moment, Vince McMahon was like, no, because of all the merchandise he was going to lose out on, similar to Hulk Hogan, all of the merchandise that he was going to lose out on. So they just did not do it. Ruben, how the hell did this come off in that building?
Yeah, this was like indescribable, man. Like the whole thing was perfect. Like, like Travis Scott coming out and Rock coming out and Cody and everything, and like I think there is maybe one beat. I think there is like a spot there someone was supposed to do that they missed, but they're professionals. They just kind of went. Just kind of did. They kind of went ahead with what they were supposed to do. And when that happened, when the kick to the balls happen, like you can hear like an audible shock throughout the entire stadium. Like you can hear like you know like a shock, like people like basically have like their mouth hand over their mouth shock noise, and then for 1 second you could hear like a pin drop. It was dead quiet, and the beatdown happened, and then like I'm just like what are we witnessing, right? This is such a crazy moment that we're witnessing live, and I was like. And I was like very close to not even going, right? And like I just thought to myself, hey, if I didn't go tonight, I would have really regretted it. So I'm glad I went, and no, that was like an iconic moment I witnessed.
Listen, I always tell people, if you got a chance to go to pro wrestling, if it's in your city and you got a chance to go. And look at Eddie. Eddie's saying I don't even watch wrestling, but that was a vicious beatdown. Cena's going back to his roots. I'd love to see how they're gonna do him. MD, what was your thoughts on the heel turn? Because when Venkat goes, I'm going to completely get off the stage because I want to hear, because I know he didn't care for us. I want to hear exactly what he has to say. But I want Narubin, you can stick around if you want, but I know you got to go because I do want to play the Travis Scott sound. And I have a question that somebody asked me to ask the panel afterwards. But I definitely wanted to get your thoughts before you had to run. MD, what was your thoughts on this?
Hey, man, this is why we watch wrestling, bro. This was great. This was great, man. Like, so yeah, Naruba, man, you witness history, man. You witness history. Just think about all the stuff that, we've seen in the past, man. Like Andre with the Heenan family, Shawn Michaels Barbershop, of course, NWO Hogan. This may top all of that, man. Because again, like people had they little conspiracies and predictions that hinted at it, but I don't think they knew how it was gonna go down. You know what I mean? So yeah, this was great. This was great, man. The way they shot it, I think was the best part. Like this was TV. Like TV, the angles in which, and you knew when I saw when the cameraman got in the ring, after Cody was like, hey, go damn, I almost go F yourself.
I even forgot about that. Cody told Rock to go F himself. I was like, what?
Yeah, the way they shot it was great, man, to get the right angle to show Cena over the shoulder with the hug, and just how his emotion went from jubilation to just stone face. I said, man, Cena is that guy. He is that guy. I'm talking about no emotion whatsoever. Then go back to jubilation, and then the ball shot. That was great, man. That was great, bro. See, and I put this over Hogan at Bash at the Beast, and here's why.
Wait, we gonna get there. We gonna get there.
Okay, all right, cool. But yeah, this was all around great. I know you're gonna talk about Scott too. I didn't care for him to be there. He slapped holy hell out the side of Cody Rhodes. It looked like he got him in the ear, like the temple. Like
so
he slapped.
He busted his eardrum.
Oh my God! See, I ain't even know that.
That's why
that's crazy.
That's why I got something to say about that, but I'm gonna wait till everybody to get because
and again, my last point, those belt shots, to Trevor's point, they were audible. Like you could hear the thud. That, I mean, bro, this was great. The only negative that I would say, and going back to Trevor's point again, the sound quality in the Rogers Center was so bad, it came off like real bad. Even when they were doing the talking segment, when Rock said, the dream dies again, that's a cold line.
Yeah.
I saw some fan footage afterwards where you could clearly hear the reaction. Like everybody like, oh, it did not come off on TV, like at all. So that takes away from it from the viewer. But other than that, this was one of the greatest things WWE has ever done.
Oh, well, yeah, hold on. Just so there, man, John Cena, that square face is perfect for this. Like he has the literal perfect face, and The Rock beating the hell out of Cody with the belt that has Dusty Rhodes' death date on it, which I wasn't really a fan of that, but it's wrestling. That's what they do. Venkat, the floor is yours.
Well, where can I start here? To me, this was a big comedy. I didn't see anything as monumental. I mean, you got MD on here professing that this is like the greatest thing WWE ever done. That it's better somehow than the NWO turn. Even though when the NWO turn happened, the amount of garbage that was being thrown in the ring, the amount of passion that was being seen, people charging the ring, and Scott Hall having to stomp out that big fat guy trying to get into the ring because people's emotions were so charged up. We didn't see that here. So let's come back to reality. Let's come back to reality. It was a big comedy to me, and the thing that I think about is like, what the hell is going on here? What sense does it make for John Cena to affiliate himself with The Rock when he just won Elimination Chamber and the title shot? What was the sense? What was the sense behind that? The only thing I can think of is that, and Trevor said it. I watched the watch along that Trevor had, watching the event, and he was saying it before it happened. Like, hey, if that segment's coming out the end, something major has to happen. Something has to be, something big needs to happen. Blah blah blah. And it just seems like that's what they did. They said, hey, what can we do to have some sort of controversy or some sort of a tension moment or whatever? Be damned with logic. Cena just won that with help from Seth Rollins, but nonetheless, Cena just won. Why do I need The Rock to be around me at this point? I can see if The Rock and Travis Scott and them had helped in some way or was influential in the win at some point. But it wasn't that. It wasn't that at all. And the comedy for me just was never ending. The Rock's facial expressions, The Rock it looked like he was damn near controlling John Cena's body, just like kind of staring down and telegraphing where to go, what to do. It was just funny. Travis Scott, what's up with Sage? Why? I've never seen anybody do that before. We're just putting sage on our body, putting sage around Cody Rhodes. It was just an odd moment, and I was perplexed the whole time. And I'm like, what is this doing? What is this really doing? So it is not on the level of some of the great iconic turns and moments in wrestling. Some people are acting like it is, I guess, because it's something that just now happened. But we have very short memories here in this country, so not a shock to me. But it's something that just happened. It's just something that happened, and then we'll see what they're doing. Because as history has shown, just as little as last year, WrestleMania, they do these things and they don't really know what they're doing, and they're just trying to see what sticks. Sometimes this feels like a moment like that right now, where it's like, man, we need something to get something hot going to WrestleMania. Hey, John Cena never turned heel. Let's do that. Like it just feels heavy-handed. And I know how some people on this panel, they get so emotional about these things. So I'm going to be wrong and this and that and whatnot. But to me, it was a buffoon show at a certain point. And I looked at the Travis Scott shot again. MD alluded to that. I looked at it again before he came on the air, and it didn't. I mean, I guess the hit was that devastating that it messed up his eardrum. But when you look at it, it don't look like nothing. That's the worst kind of situation when you have something happen in that ring that's like actually taxing and does damage, but it doesn't really translate to anything on the screen. Because they don't look like much of anything. The hit that they're talking about that busted his eardrum, I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what the hell happened there. But I didn't even think about it until I heard people on the internet going all crazy about it, and I took a look at it today. And I didn't see anything there that, you know, when Sid Vicious dropped Brian Pillman on the back of his neck, you know, he got a little hurt, but it looked good. So that's what you want. That didn't look good. I would look at that shot and not think, oh my God, that was so brutal. But in reality, he did get hurt. So that's bad. That's bad. But yeah, this was a clown show, and it was funny. I was laughing the whole time. But The Rock, I'll tell you, go back and watch the video. Just keep your eyes on The Rock. It's just funny. And again, a shout out to The Rock for doing the Arn Anderson cutthroat. Really now, it's like the thumbs down from Batista. That I like a lot. But that was it. That's all I got to say, Trevor. That's it.
Hey, Trev, let me ask you a question, because I didn't watch the press conference with The Rock or anything past that. Did it almost looked like Rock told Travis Scott, "Hey, do this"? It almost looked. Do you got any insight on that?
I didn't see the press conference after Triple H, so I didn't even know that The Rock came up and talked. So I don't know what happened, but to Venkat's point is, which I don't agree with a damn thing he said, but to his point with the hit on Cody, it did look like it was just a slap. But everybody shows it from different angles and stuff. He knocked the shit out of it. Like, he punched him, he hit him, and so here's my problem. Let's play the sound first, and then I get to this, because I'm not a fan of these celebrities coming in here getting all overzealous and, you know, hurting the damn champion, first of all, and then secondly, like, so from what they say is he has a busted eardrum and a black eye. So, which, you know what, the black eye may work good because it'll add more heat to it, and he could wear his mask and everything to show that he really got his ass kicked. But to bust his eardrum, Kevin Owens busted Roman Reigns' eardrum at Royal Rumble, and Roman was pissed. Yeah, who wants their damn eardrum busted, especially by somebody that's not your peer? The whole sage thing, I don't listen. That's something black women do. They sage stuff to ward off spirits. I didn't at first. I thought it was a joint. I literally thought it was because when you don't have a sound on, you can't tell what's really going on. So I'm like looking at the screen, like, what the hell is this guy doing? But I didn't get the whole sage thing. But let's get to this sound.
Travis Scott was at the WWE.
He put some paws on somebody. What happened?
Yeah, what was it? It was called The Chamber. Where's my? Hold on.
But,
okay, so Travis Scott, WWE star Cody Rhodes, Travis Scott, The Rock, and John Cena were all in the ring with him. That happened over the weekend. That happened Saturday. Tons of people there. Drake, I think there was tons of celebrity there. But basically, there was a video that went viral from their little skit that they did, because you have John Cena holding Cody Rhodes down. He's getting with him. Then you got The Rock slapping him with this like custom belt that Travis Scott made, and then Travis Scott holds Cody Rhodes, and slaps him. But the way he slaps him, even I feel like John Cena and The Rock kind of paused a little bit. It
like,
was
this fake. Like, what you doing?
He brought the YN energy.
Wow.
Like, it was kind of crazy, but I couldn't tell if Cody Rhodes was actually like hurt or not, because again, you know that they're
wrestling.
Man, what are we?
What there are reports.
Wrestling.
Listen to this. Now there are reports, and he's supposed to address this on Friday, that he suffered a black eye and a busted eardrum as a result of the slap. Like, it went too far.
It happens sometimes.
Because the only person who ain't a real wrestler is Travis.
Yeah,
so, he didn't know.
Yeah, but aren't they supposed to train them or something like prior to that?
He probably didn't expect the Travis to slap him like that.
I mean, he didn't have it. He was pinned down. Rhodes didn't have a choice. But I feel like in that moment, even with me, I don't watch WWE, but I was like, I think that was a little
That's
bit
not
too
what
far.
happened in rehearsal.
Y'all didn't feel like that when y'all watched the video?
This is a prime example
Oh
of,
my
of
God,
what we're
here
talking
we
about.
go.
I'm gonna tell you
What you
why.
mean?
Because if you always tune, it's always the people who don't tune into something on the regular who come in and then all of a sudden get offended. So if you always been watching Damon Wayans, he's like, oh, he's funny as hell. But then here come a stranger that ain't never watched, and that one joke will offend. Same thing with this wrestling thing, right? If you watch wrestling all the time, you're used to this type of stuff.
Normal.
But she's just, I don't watch wrestling. But now she watched wrestling one time.
And she was like, I was offended.
I was offended. It went too
I was
far.
not offended.
I think it was too much.
Just like, yo, like that was crazy. You didn't feel like that when you watched it?
No.
Ray, did you feel like that when you watched it?
I've seen people hit with folding chairs in
I
wrestling
grew
and all
up on
types of
Cactus
things.
Jack Manson.
No, but it's done
Man-child.
in a certain style. Like they bounce back up.
All
Like
right,
it's
guys.
different.
All right. Well, that is the rumors. All right.
You'll
Thank
pass
you,
out if
Lauren.
you see the Hell in the Cell with who Cactus Jack fought that time when he fell
Let
through
me
the
see.
cage. I can't remember.
I've seen the
All
little
right.
cage stuff and all that too.
Well, let's get to the mix. The
Maybe
People's
'cause he
Choice
was
Mix.
bloody.
Get your requested now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
All right, so you got the Breakfast Club talking about they got what they wanted, their viral moment. I mean, at the expense of their champion. I don't listen. I mean, because for every Bad Bunny that you get that really does this fantastic, then you get this. I'm not even gonna put really no heat on Travis Scott because he was just overly excited. You invite these guys into the world and then you don't give them any training. But then you end up with shit like this happening. Like, what if it was something serious and it ruined, your main event at Mania? It just literally ruined your whole entire angle that you just did. He to me, Travis Scott added nothing to the angle. First of all, I don't know one Travis Scott song. I found out he does the intro for Raw. I didn't even know that. To me, he just didn't add anything to it, with the exception of that dope hardcore belt, which I really like. I don't need WWE right now is so hot. They don't need this. This is Vince McMahon type stuff, having to bring in all these celebrities. They don't need this. And we didn't even mention, I forgot Drake was there and they never acknowledged him. I wonder why. He was sitting right in the front row.
He probably didn't want to be seen. At least not on TV.
Kendrick affected everybody, man. Drake is lost goods now, man. Kendrick put him down.
Hey, when like you back in the day when we was in school, we would like sit around like maybe the lunch table and it'll be a bunch of us talking about like what happened on Raw and Nitro that last night, and then you always got that one person don't know a damn thing about wrestling. And say the stupidest stuff about wrestling. That was that interview or that segment on the Breakfast Club. Like, what the hell were they talking about? They didn't rehearse that. Man-child. Like what the hell? Like it's cringe to a point. And I get it. If it wasn't for Travis Scott, they wouldn't have had nothing to talk about. So from that effect, Travis Scott, I don't see the point of him being there. That's crazy to me. But again, go back and watch that segment. You can clearly see Rock saying something to him prior to him slapping Cody.
Yeah, I saw that.
Rock told him to do it. Rock told him, "Hey, look, give him something." I think Rock told him to do it.
So what do you got like? So to my point, so we do agree though that Travis Scott wasn't needed in that segment at all. But
yeah, of course.
He has to get his comeuppance now though. He got to take a spear or something. He got to take a crossroads or something. He's taking the crossroads at WrestleMania.
Well, hopefully again. It's one thing to give a shot. It's another thing to take a bump. And so good luck with that. He don't look like the kind of guy that'll take a bump right. That's just me.
And for the record, I wholeheartedly want John Cena to win the title at Mania. So just
it's got to happen.
It has to happen. So when you put that out there, again, I like everybody. We don't all view wrestling the same way, but when I saw it, I thought it was fantastic. As by, my wife came out here and recorded me actually acting like I was a 10-year-old child, just because I was so ecstatic. I'm getting calls from random people like, hey, did you see what happened with John Cena? People talking about it that I never heard talk about wrestling. It made what was a card that Bones asked me the night before, and Bones is right in the chat. Bones sent me a message and said, hey, what do you think about this WrestleMania build? It's underwhelming to me. And my response to him was, I'll wait until after Elimination Chamber before I say it. And now that Elimination Chamber is over, they got me right back on board. And I said it in the group. And MD said it. I was so happy that MD at least said it. And peace to Ruben. Thanks for coming up. What was that? I was so happy that MD said this is why you love professional wrestling. They tell stories. They're not going to overwhelm you with the matches and things like that, but they tell stories in the ring.
Hey, Trevor. So this is another thing I wanted to mention, though. It seems like what happened here is what should have happened at WrestleMania. A turn after the match at WrestleMania. But this, I don't see. First of all, the money is in Cody and The Rock. And I don't think they needed anything else like John Cena on his last legs turning in a heel. It just seems like a desperate attempt to me. You guys may love it and whatnot. Good for you. But to me, it's not. This is not a real strong thing that happened here. But some people are trying to rewrite history.
John Cena was 47, right?
What does that mean?
I'm saying you're saying on his last legs. The Rock is.
This is his final year. He's on his last legs.
50, though.
Huh?
The The Rock is 50 though.
The Rock don't have a regular schedule, and he's in phenomenal shape. John Cena is leaving wrestling after 2025. Hence the words, he's on his last legs.
John Cena's not in great shape?
It has nothing to do with his shape. He's ending his career. We all know this. Why do I have to litigate this? He's over with after this year. So that means he's on his last legs. So this is his last run. And it's like we're going to use this moment to do some
story, though, Van Cat.
That's come on,
Again,
come on.
I'm with Trevor.
There's nothing here that's legit, man. It was a buffoonery show.
I do appreciate the fact that everybody loves it, and he wants to be the one square peg that'll stand out and be.
You guys always say that. You guys always say that, and then when time passes, then it's another story. All I'm saying is we just witnessed what happened last year, where they didn't know. They admitted after, even in the documentary they didn't know what the hell they were doing. They just threw something together. This feels again the same way. So I'm just saying.
Even that, what you're talking about, the whole thing facing, and then they scratched, even this story. So what and that's why it's, and again,
MD, you breaking up something.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you, but you're going in and out.
Oh, let me adjust then. But yeah, I'm waiting on Trevor to get a breakdown on timeline of this angle. And to me, that's why I said this is better than Bash at the Beach. Only reason is that they gave the Easter eggs. Only because they gave the Easter egg. We didn't get with the whole turn. And again, I maturated as a professional wrestling fan during that time. So I cherish the moment. Don't twist it. But this right here, at bad, when Rock threw up the 3, we didn't know what the hell he was doing. We just thought it was the number 3. He was giving you the John Cena.
He was giving you the reverse John Cena sign.
Like everything happened with the press conference, WrestleMania.
Thank you, Bones. Thank you, Bones. Bones get it. MD, you're going off the deep end on that one, MD. It's blasphemy.
What? How? This is great. Vancat, I'm telling you. Only for the simple fact that, we talk about long-term booking and all that. the pieces were being put into place at Bad Blood from that point on, and we didn't know it. Cena at the Royal Rumble press conference telling you, me winning 17 is best for business.
Exactly. And we didn't notice what he was saying then.
Like,
okay, so listen to what you're saying. Before this happened, he already had his ticket to WrestleMania. What are we talking about? You tell me that The Rock was the reason why he got there, then it would have made more sense. He didn't need The Rock. This guy did not need The Rock to do what he did. He already did it.
That's not getting it. He told you, I don't have to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. Why? Because Rock.
Exact. Come on, MD. Can talk to him, man. He act like he don't realize it. Everybody else had to qualify but John Cena because The Rock in storyline is the most powerful man in the company.
That's silly.
That's
silly. That's silly.
That's it. Like that. I'm glad you said it. I don't even have to say it. That's it. This has been the way they have this, and that means that The Rock probably couldn't get ready in time to do it, because it looked like they were leaning towards Cody Rock after Mania last year, but maybe The Rock's schedule, I don't know. It could have been something in his schedule or his regiment, whatever. Just because
let CM Punk and Cody Rhodes go at it. That's a better path than this Cena Cody thing. That the story with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes is way better, way stronger than anything you can get with Cena and The Rock them. So Cody Rhodes and CM Punk were the last two people in the Royal Rumble before CM Punk got injured. That writes itself, and it writes it at a tremendous level, on top of the fact that CM Punk been outwardly saying how he wanted the main event of WrestleMania. And the fact that The Rock was in his way many of those years in getting that WrestleMania push. That right there is a way better road than this contrived mess right here with John Cena. A guy who, again, hasn't won a match in over 3 years. So I don't know what the hell we're talking about. This is not.
You wanted The Rock to be the champion, though.
What are you talking about?
You're talking about a guy hadn't had a match in 2 or 3 years. But
no, he hasn't won a match in 2 or 3 years. The Rock won matches since this time period.
He won one last year.
Oh Lord.
One in 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you could always say something to make your argument.
No.
I would have rather CM Punk be the corporate Punk, just because CM Punk has for years been so anti-establishment. So it would have been funny to see him kiss the ring. I thought that would have been great, but they're going CM Punk and Roman Reigns. The Roman Reigns match at WrestleMania is like having the Undertaker match. That's like, if you're not fighting for the title, then you want the Roman Reigns match.
You could have easily put CM Punk in this same angle. I'm not.
CM Punk should be there.
Who's to say CM Punk's not going to be in it? John Cena. I mean, The Rock threw up 3 fingers. Right now, you only see 2. You see John Cena and The Rock. There's still another man. It's 7 weeks till WrestleMania.
It's called Travis Scott.
No, Travis Scott.
It's called Travis Scott. Because the legendary Travis Scott.
When it happened, when this happened, Rock held up 2 fingers. The whole time he's been holding up 3. But when this happened, he only held up 2, meaning that there's somebody else to come. I doubt it's Roman Reigns. I think they're going to gang up and turn on Roman Reigns, which they should. But what you got to say?
Anybody who thinks it should be CM Punk is a little out of their mind.
Hey, from out of the babes, out of the mouth of babes.
That's
out of the mouth of babes. So, let's it's God, I can't believe it's so long. WrestleMania is April 19th. That's crazy. I don't understand why it's so
It's
deep.
usually April 1st.
Yeah, it's like end of March, first week of April. I don't know why it's April 19th. That's crazy. So let's get to a question that was sent to me. It said that we had to end this debate tonight. So here is the question. We just seen John Cena turn heel, first time in 21 years. And it's being measured up against another heel turn that took place in 1996. So the question is, what happened? Wait, why isn't my oh, there we go. So the question is, what heel turn was better? Hulk Hogan in 96 or John Cena Saturday? Van Cat, we already know what you're gonna say, so just go ahead and put
Cena got some ears on him too, boy. That guy got some ears. Ernest goes to camp.
Yeah, comedian tonight. He body shame people. He just go ahead and put a bow on it. What heel turn do you think was the best?
Who, MD?
No, you.
Oh, me. Oh, of course, Hogan. That just like Bones said, it was industry changing. You know, what we got out of Hogan's turn was Nitro and all the great developments of what happened in the late 90s. All these things that you're so fond about in the Attitude Era and all that stuff, that comes from Hogan's turn. It changed wrestling forever. We're doing things today in wrestling because of that NWO thing. So yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. They're not even in the same league. This is like something that happened in the backyard. What happened with the NWO was worldwide. This is so momentary, and it's a non-issue, especially when you know Cena's career is ending at the end of this year anyway. So how far could you go with this?
You got some more? Or are you done?
No, that's it. I'll go ahead with MD.
MD, which one was better? Was the Cena turn the greatest of all time?
See, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, we're not talking about the things that transpired after the fact. I agree wholeheartedly with everything Van Cat just said. The NWO revolutionized wrestling, but we're talking about the moment. The heel turn is the moment. To me, it's Cena, based on the fact that the moment transpired over the course of weeks, rather than who's the third guy, a couple of weeks, as it pertains to Bash at the Beach.
So you think that when Scott Hall and Kevin Nash was coming out week by week and saying we got a big surprise and this and that, and they just kept saying they got another guy. Every week they were coming out talking about they got another guy, bring up 3 people, do this. Like that wasn't over a course of time either?
It was over a course of time. We're talking about from October. This has been brewing. Turnbook is
yeah, don't break up, MD. What's going on?
Yeah, fine. In the boonies.
All right, so let me all right, so let me just put it this way. It's like, and I'm glad MD being an ally tonight, because he realizing what I say. Sometimes you'll ask one question and Van Cat will veer it off everywhere else because he says that the NWO was more worldwide. It absolutely wasn't. I bet you if you air them together, this far surpasses it. But with all that being said, I think Hulk Hogan's heel turn is the greatest heel turn of all time. And it's not even close, because we never had a doubt. We never doubted once that Hogan wasn't going to always be a good guy. So when it happened, it's like he literally stepped on all of our hearts. I remember that night. I remember it, and I'll never forget that night. John Cena has always been half heel, half babyface, where he was always 50-50 with the crowd. We were all wishing that he would just turn heel, but Vince never had the balls to pull the trigger. So they finally pulled the trigger, and it's just exciting. But now here's the controversial thing. I will tell you that the John Cena heel turn, which I thought was great, totally invigorated me, made me look forward to WrestleMania, was not even the best heel turn in the company. This didn't touch the New Day's heel turn. And I'm going to tell you why. Never did you ever think that the New Day was going to do what they did to their broke neck brother. But they did, and they made people pissed off about it. I think the John Cena thing was more exciting because it was like, oh my God, this would never, ever happen. But they finally did it. So yeah, now we're talking about it. I was listening to Dan Lebatard's show, and they couldn't get 10 seconds into the show without somebody talking about the John Cena heel turn. But it was exciting because we thought it wouldn't happen, and because we thought that he was going out on his babyface run, so they shocked us. But it was not the best heel turn in the company. Like even within the past 6 months, the best heel turn was the New Day. I would put Hogan first. Hogan's heel turn can't be touched. The New Day, I'd say second. I'd put this at fourth. I'd put Andre the Giant turning on Hulk Hogan at third. And probably Shawn Michaels, the barbershop at 5. You know, if you gave me some more time, I'd probably come up with a better list, but that's what I just got out of the top of my head. So for me, the Hogan heel turn will never, ever be touched. Never. It was too perfect. It was too perfect, especially when you know the fact that he didn't even want to do it. He had to be convinced. Well, if you let him tell it, he had to be convinced. It was supposed to be Sting, but it ended up being Hogan, and it was better off being Hogan because Hogan is the guy that when you think about babyface, even though he started out as a heel, nobody remembers that time. But just like John Cena, when it's like we remember ketchup and mustard, as Venkat used to always say. You remember ketchup and mustard Hulk Hogan, and never, ever, ever would you ever think that he'd turn to the dark side. And when he did it, it was just like, oh my God. So yeah, I love the Cena turn, and it invigorated the hell out of me. But it can't touch the Hogan, and not at all. Can't touch it.
I guarantee that this Cena turn after WrestleMania, you're gonna be like, what the hell? I don't see it. I don't see it being anything monumental, and I don't think it's gonna be something we look back and say, "Oh man, that was great." I don't think so. I think this is a moment in time, and that's it.
Not that I don't believe.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, oh yeah. I definitely don't believe that,
happened, man. Everything just froze up. I don't know what the hell. I heard what y'all said, and that's fine. I'm just talking about the moment. To me, yeah, it's a close second with Hogan. We saw it live. You know, me being a kid like that was groundbreaking. But I just think this particular moment, the maturation period was there, and I think it was better than the Hogan turn. That's just me. That's just me.
So you think this is gonna pay off at WrestleMania, huh?
No, Vanke, this is not a long-term thing. Hell, I give it till maybe a little bit before some Survivor Series tops, and he gonna go right back to face and cap it off.
And
So,
hey, MD, you got the perfect story. He had a temporary moment of insanity where he did anything he could do to win that elusive title, and now he's seen the error of his ways, and now he's going on a redemption tour on his way out. It writes itself, man.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, man.
Like I said, I'm not looking at it going forward, Vanke. I think that's where you get it twisted. I'm just talking about the moment in and of itself. I can see where CM Punk might call in the favor to Paul Heyman and get the match and win the title. So again, like I don't care nothing about the run. The run is of no importance to me. I'm talking about the moment as it stood at Elimination Chamber in Toronto. To me, it was the best heel turn. To me, you know what I mean. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's all great because this is what makes us fans of the sport.
I mean, but would you consider like when Flair screwed over Sting at Clash of the Champions? At that point, he was a face, and then he cold-cocked Sting in the face, and Ole Anderson and them told him to cancel the match, and then that became a heel again.
I mean, hell, anything with Flair,
That was what,
is
Trevor?
just a call in anyway.
That was regional. That wasn't on no grand. It was great, but it wasn't
Man,
on
be
no
quiet
grand.
with the regional, man. That show was on that. That
It
was
wasn't
on
on no grand
worldwide
scale.
TV.
No, it wasn't on no
That
grand
was not.
scale.
That was not a local channel. TBS is worldwide.
Hey,
You talking crazy?
I thought it was great, and I know you like to romanticize that stuff, but when people bring up heel turns, me and you probably the only people that'll bring that moment up.
I don't think so.
Nobody
I
will
don't
bring
think so.
that up.
Oh, whatever.
Nobody will bring up the Von Erich, the Freebird slamming Carrie's the cage in the Carrie's face so he can lose to Ric Flair. People don't know that stuff. So that's why I can see why people think that this is the greatest thing, because they don't know any of that old stuff. They don't know about any of that. So if you tell them that, they'd be like, so what?
So then they're not authorized to speak on it.
Oh man,
that's what I'm talking about. So sit your ass down on the side.
We talking about Impact.
I am. I'm talking about the same thing too. I'm talking about Impact right now. There's no way the way you look
when
at
Austin went corporate, stuff like that, that's an Impact.
That pissed me off. That was another one of those. We need to do something outrageous because we have to have something big happen, and that's what this smells like. It was stupid. That was a horrible move.
But we know it's short lived. See, again, you keep emphasizing what the run is going to be. We know like this is his last year, so it's not going to be long, like at all. So focus on the impact of the moment.
I'm looking at the moment. I'm looking at all that garbage that got thrown in the ring. I'm looking at that fat guy getting stomped on by Scott Hall.
In the South. In the South. You can't do
whatever.
That. You can't do that in Canada.
Trevor, you sound silly.
You can't do that in Canada. They'll lock your ass up.
Can't do that in Canada.
And Vegas, we know wrestling fans back then took this stuff to heart. These fans now just like, okay, next up. They don't take this stuff to heart like how it was. Like I remember, I'm telling you, I remember when that happened. I don't think I went to sleep that night because I'm like, he broke everybody's heart. And then when you have Tony Schiavone with the line of the century, Hulk Hogan, you can go to hell, straight to hell. And then
not to mention the very next night on Monday Night Nitro, when they had that whole attack with the NWO, having that speech in the ring with Hogan as well, talking with the NWO. I mean, the way the crowd was acting, and that was in Disney. They were acting in Disney. The crowd was acting wild in Disney because Hulk Hogan and Mean Gene is there standing there trying to interview him. Even the tension there could be felt the very next night on Monday Night Nitro. So, I mean, right now, I haven't seen Cena since that. I don't even know if he made an appearance.
See, that's the one downside. He went to Africa right afterwards. That's the one.
Oh my God!
He went to Africa. That's
come on, man.
That's the one problem with it, that he went to Africa.
I mean,
do you think he's gonna be on SmackDown?
I mean, he's in Africa. I don't know if you just go to Africa for 2 days.
That's crazy. Like how do you do all this heat and then you don't do something to continue it?
But you got 7 weeks of TV before Mania.
No. People are right now talking about what happened. We just played the Breakfast Club, which is not covering wrestling ever. With all these other media, you know what you need to see? I don't know if you've seen it on Daily Show. That freaking what's the name? Jon Stewart broke down on the Daily Show what Zelensky, Trump, and Vance. He put The Rock as Putin. He put Cena as Trump. He put what's the name? Cody Rhodes
Damn,
and Zelensky.
he
And
made Cena Trump.
yeah, and he put Zelensky as Cody Rhodes, and the way he's pretty much made it, so he made it make so much sense, and it was so funny at the same time. You need to look that up on Daily Show, man. But again, Daily Show ain't talking about wrestling like that. A lot of people ain't talking about wrestling like that, but they talked about it this past weekend. So with that being said, how do you not do something to kind of like emphasize it even more? And I think that's a fail.
How you know they're not gonna video them in from on SmackDown? We don't know.
Yeah, but I mean your moment. It's a small window. You know how these people are. It's very as Ricardo would say, fickle-minded people here. The window is very small, and they move on to other things. They're thinking about other things. So, I mean, that happened Saturday. Today is what, Wednesday? So, I mean, the window is small.
Man, I think this got some legs, man. I'm not worried about that, man. I think this got legs. You're talking about
I don't know what's going on with The Rock, man, but The Rock should have been involved. I don't even think The Rock don't even need to fight Cody right now. But I mean, the idea is right. He should have somebody. I don't know if that somebody should be Cena. It should have been somebody else. I don't think Cena is the right guy for The Rock to have an enforcer.
I think Cena is the perfect guy, the Hollywood connection. Like, what do you? I mean, and don't John Cena play a character called like Peacemaker or something like that?
Yeah, he's Peacemaker. Yeah.
Hey, listen, come on, man.
That's a great show, by the way. That show is awesome.
How hypocritical is that, though? He playing the Peacemaker, but he a dastardly heel in his other life. Come on, man. It just writes itself, man. I don't know. Listen, as long as I could piece things together and then make it make sense and then it entertain me at the end, I think we're gonna be all right, man. Yeah. So, but we hit the. Hey, listen, what is this scenes thing that I see on the side? This is a new feature from StreamYard. What is this?
Scenes? I haven't seen that.
You don't
seem like they update StreamYard every week, man.
You can't see it on the side of the screen.
Well, I'm on a phone. I'm not on a computer.
Yeah,
so you might see stuff that we don't.
Next time you go in the studio, look on the side. It says scenes. I don't know what it is. It's a new feature that they did. And I told y'all after you do a video, they automatically give you the ability to make short clips now.
How do you do that?
No, it does it when you hit end. It's gonna say, "Hey, great stream. Do you want us to make beta clips for you? Do you want us to make AI generated clips for you?" And then when you tell it yes. So basically, what it is what I'm paying $15 a month for Opus Clips to do, where I take the whole video and put it into Opus, and they make clips. StreamYard is doing it for free now. I guess not free, but they done went up on the price. So I guess they're probably just what they need to do is just give me another damn manager seat. That would be perfect. I don't understand how the free version you get 2 manager seats, but the $50 version, you still get two manager seats. That's stupid.
What?
Yeah, I don't get an extra manager seat. I would have been gave it to Bones and Zay so they could do their UFC show without me. I only get 2 manager seats, me and you. That's it.
Wow.
In order to get another one,
they don't offer guests 1080p no more. Like when they upgraded to 1080p, you used to get everybody get 10. Now they don't. Like when I join your stream, I can only get 720. You can get 1080, but I can only get 720.
That's
ignorant. They should be on 4K, 1080.
And they're charging. If I want to get another manager seat, I had to go to the next plan up, which is $100. So I'm like, damn, they should give you the option, like, hey, if you want to do it like a la carte. If you want to buy an additional seat or whatever, then you pay X amount of dollars to get it. But they don't.
Yeah.
It's $45 for the plan, and you only get 2 seats. But yeah, because I've been going live in the morning on the phone, I noticed that it gives me that option. It says that since you're doing it from the phone, you might want to do 720. it tells me that I might want to do 720 versus when I'm on the computer. So I didn't notice all of this. I see now you got the reusable studios and all that other stuff. They still won't let me stream to Facebook. I guess them and Facebook's contract has expired. So, go figure.
Sure.
But nevertheless, fellas,
Facebook is trash anyway.
Fellas, I got to get out of here, man. It was a pleasure. You guys missed the announcement earlier. I'm gonna take a little break, but that we're gonna be back for WrestleMania though. WrestleMania ain't going anywhere. You got your preview show, your preview show, your post show, your live watch-alongs, and if anything breaks that needs to be covered, then we got you covered. I don't know what Venkat's plans are on the Wednesday slot, if they want to try to get the basketball show in. I don't know. I see y'all.
That would be good.
Yeah,
that would be good.
That's up to you because I'm occupied now. MD, I don't know. You want to
Revolution is this weekend. Shout out to AEW, I guess.
Shout out to AEW. I haven't watched the AEW show. So, it is March. But hey, like I say, y'all want to do it regardless. It's fine. I don't care. I'm just not going to be able to do it. Because hell, I got to get ready to go to bed now. Because bro, when I tell y'all how busy it is at work right now, and then one of the guys went and got hurt today, so he had to go get stitches. So now he's going to be out for a little bit. So it's like, oh my goodness, bro. Like what?
Man, people get injured at your job a lot.
Yeah, because you know why? Because they don't pay attention. When you're dealing with all that, when you're dealing with heavy steel and stuff like that, you got to use your personal protective gear. Like you have to, man. But you have a guy that's like, oh man, like we had a guy one time. He was like, oh man, I'm the plant mechanic. I'm not a doctor. I don't wear gloves. I'm like, bro, we're doing with all this machining oil and cutting oil and all this stuff. What are you doing? Wear gloves. It don't make you macho.
Play around with that steel.
Yeah, it don't make you macho because you're not wearing gloves. Like that's stupid. that's stupid.
Well, I was at a steel mill one time, Trevor, and they had the cable crane putting the coil on the truck. You know the cable snapped.
Oh my goodness.
And the coil fell. Man. And I'm talking about when it exploded because they band it together. The bands popped. That thing sounded like a bomb going off.
Yeah, I'm always worried about that. That's there's certain things at work that still make me scared, and that's one of them that those coil bands will pop. Like I'd be like, oh man. It's a dangerous ass job. I just realized be the guy that busts the band for the anchor on ships. You ever watch those videos?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, they hit it with the sledge. Yeah.
Oh, and you got to run out of the way because it can snatch your foot.
Yeah.
Man, that's why I be watching like stuff in the North Sea and like the longshoremen and all that stuff what they be doing. But yeah, man, y'all make sure and check out Tape's Politics, man. I fell asleep last night. I woke up this morning and looked at the YouTube studio. I'm like, what the hell were they doing for 5 hours? And then I went and I started watching back through it. I see that y'all were playing the y'all was playing the Trump thing.
He had nothing substantive to say at all.
He said nothing, absolutely nothing. Now, Venkat. Now you I don't know what's wrong with you. You making fun of the girl that got paralyzed, talking about
there was a guy.
She eat too much Twinkies or something. I didn't.
The girl. Yeah. Eating Twinkies. Yeah.
you
But
talking about the girl getting hit in the face with the volleyball.
Yeah, like I'm listening to it. I'm like, man, bro, this guy just. How did y'all stream that? You stream that straight off of YouTube?
Yeah,
off the White House YouTube.
Oh, so they won't copy. Yeah,
it's government. They can't do nothing.
Obviously, because I didn't see anything. But yeah, and so who was getting kicked out? Because I see I guess the speaker.
Al Green. Al Green got kicked out.
Al Green of Texas.
Oh my goodness, bro. I'm telling you, man, wrestling is life, man. Wrestling infiltrate everything. And Trump telling them, you better make sure that he said, these people up here never clap for me. He was like, you better start clapping for me said, you better start clapping for me, or next year you won't have a job. I'm like, oh, I said, hey, don't think he's not serious. Yeah, that was
man.
Jesus.
Hell in the handbasket, man.
I'm gonna be playing. Hey, Trevor, on next week's show, I'm gonna be playing the exchange we had the other day on Tape Fist with the gun and everything.
When I kicked your ass and you tried to move the goalposts all the way to Africa.
Didn't move any goalposts. Didn't move. I moved some Trevor ass, but I didn't move any goalposts.
Nah, Venkat, you were thoroughly beat because you wouldn't stay. You moved. You didn't stay on topic. I stayed like right on only what we were talking about. And when you realized that I was cutting you, you went and got something to try to play on the heartstrings of the people. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
I mean, boy, you love setting up these stories, man.
But that's what happened. I mean,
this guy, man, you keep your Trump going. You can believe your lies you want to.
Hey, that's what happened. But fellas, I'm about to get out of here, man. Hey, everybody listening, man, it's been real. See you around closer to WrestleMania. If you haven't, make sure and check out Pause and Reflect. It's something I do Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Just
that confuses me, Trevor. When I see the thumbnails, I keep thinking it's Man Talk Monday.
Oh no,
because at first the thumbnails had that pause and reflect thing, like it looked like a chalkboard writing.
Yeah.
So that let me know, okay, that's what that is. But then now it looks like a straight up the thumbnail. Now it looks like straight up Man Talk Monday.
Yeah, because I'm using these AI generators, man. So I'm just trying to make these catchy thumbnails. That's all.
Yeah.
I like to write these prompts, but Pause and Reflect is just a 20-minute motivational thing for men. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6:30. This Friday's on will probably be around 7:30 because I'll be off. So I'll do it a little bit later. But yeah, that's all I got, man.
Yeah. All right. Oh, Monday. MD's gone. All right. Peace out.
Oh, damn. I ain't know MD left. All right.
I didn't know either.
Oh, man. All right. Well, MD was saying we taking too long.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, man. See y'all on the other side. Peace.